Hi, I'm Deborah DeMirza at Deluxe, a resale clothing boutique in Eugene, Oregon. And today I'm going to show you how you hem the sleeves of a suit jacket. So what you need to do first is determine how much it needs to be hemmed by trying it on the person and then pinning it. Usually the person will tell you where they like it to fit. And it's you can't just obviously just turn it under and sew it. There's a complicated series of events you have to do, but you can make it as simple as you like, and it'll probably still have the same nice outcome. First of all, if you're folding it here, you have to take off the buttons that will be in the way. So you take them off, but before you take them off, you observe and measure what distance the last button was from the edge of the jacket and how close the buttons are sewn together, because that's where you want to put them all back together. So what you remove the buttons, and then there will be a series of points that were tacked down. They're not usually sewn all the way, but there's little tacking points. And you have to undo those. And you also have to undo the lining. It's usually all hand-stitched. You just carefully undo the lining and then separate that from the sleeves, and then you'll find that this all opens up. And what I do is each jacket is made a little differently, if it's vintage or new. What you can do is just follow the reverse of how the jacket's put together. So I make sure that every step of the way, where it was tacked back together, so that once you make your new line, you can follow all those back in reverse, sew your buttons back on with the same distance that the last button was, and tacking the inside where it was. The last thing you want to do is sew your lining onto the edge, and you fold under the lining. Make sure that when you pull the sleeves taut, you can make sure that the lining isn't folded under too much. You don't want there to be any pull on the inside of the jacket from the lining being too tight or so loose that it hangs out from the bottom of the sleeve. And that just has to do with holding it taut from all the seams up here, and then just gently pulling it down and finding out where a new fold seam is. As you can see, they left about 1.5 inches from the edge of the jacket, so you can just re-sew it the same way they had it. And you hand sew that back in so it's invisible on the front of the sleeve. So that's how you sew a suit jacket sleeve.